Right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So let's get into this. It's going to be a today's topic video. This is going to be for the 9th of July. And so let's see where we begin. We have card number 2. And we start out with somebody who has been trying to pretend to be something that they aren't. You notice she's tried very hard to fit in like she is, you know, birds of feather stick together, but she doesn't actually belong in this flock. And I think, hmm, I'm thinking somebody is realizing this. Either they're recognizing that she's an imposter, or she really believes she can fit into this category. She looks very proud and kind of defiant, but hold on. The fact that she's wearing that fake beak. We have the Knight of Cups sideways, and we have the Six of Swords in the reverse. Um, Gosh, I really think either she's going to be like somebody's finding out that an individual, maybe a divine feminine, is not what she seems to be. Because this Knight of Cups sideways, it's like, oh, I don't feel that way after all because I'm realizing she's not who I thought she was. This could be somebody that was pursuing her and they're discovering, uh-oh. And now they may have difficulties getting away from her. This could be, what do I do now? I'm just now finding out she's not who I thought she was. How do I backtrack? How do I get away? Yikes. Five of Wands, Four of Wands. Oh, their Four of Wands depends upon them getting away from whoever this is. Somebody, I don't know if she pretended to be very much like someone else, like the person who would have been a great match, but this is to whoever is realizing this King of Cups, or excuse me, Knight of Cups, they were pursuing her, and now they're realizing they don't know how to get out of this, and they're kind of racking their brain about this. Um, it's almost like now there's an expectation that they're supposed to give to her, or that this is going to be their Four of Wands, when in fact they've discovered she's not who she presented herself as. Hold on, let me see. Knight of Cups, what are you thinking about her? Hermit in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune upright, Ace of Wands upright, Hanged Man in the reverse. Wow, they have to say something. Okay, so I said, what are you thinking about her? She's not who they thought she was, at all. And this is like, they don't have to think about it anymore. They know this, but something has changed. I feel like this is going to be a more complicated story to try to explain, because they're now sure about who they are passionate about. They might have suddenly had a light bulb go on and they're like, oh my God, I love some hermit person. I love some Virgo, not her. Now I know it. Now I can see the comparison. Maybe they were looking for someone that would be very much like the ex they were trying to replace. And they met this new person and they thought she'd replace that ex that they were still in love with. And instead, now they know, no, I'm in love with the ex. She's a pale imitation of my ex. I was trying to replace my ex. Now I know it. There's something about like, oh my God, now I see it. Now there's no more waiting. Now I have to go. Now what's at stake here is my Four of Wands. It's almost like they tried to replace somebody that they loved with either somebody that looked like their ex, and they're like, what am I doing? She's not the person that I want. I don't think she necessarily, I mean, maybe she was imitating the person that they wanted. Maybe she presented herself in a way that they were really attracted to her, but it's like they didn't understand the reason I was attracted to her is because she reminded me of an ex that I'm actually still in love with. Because again, what's at stake is their Four of Wands, their actual happiness, the person they should marry. But right now, they need to backpedal and get the heck away from someone who is a pale imitation of the person that they want. But it's like they didn't realize this. They didn't realize who they were in love with. There's something about like divine timing kicked in. Now they're seeing it so clearly. Now they know right where their heart is. Now they know just who they want to be with. But they had to first like pursue romance with someone that was, like I say, the pale imitation of who they actually wanted. This person seems very unaware of what they want. I mean, to get duped by this pale imitation, why were they ever falling for somebody or trying to romance someone that isn't the person that they wanted in the first place? Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, Ace of Coins, and again, Four of Wands, but in the reverse. Okay, so they were trying to accept the idea that they can't be with the person that they actually love. They still loved, I'm going to say, a Queen of Swords, but they said, but I can't be with that Queen of Swords. I have to have a new beginning someplace else because I can't be with her. Why? I don't understand. Why did they think? I mean, maybe the Queen of Swords cut them out of her life. And so they were like, well, even if I love her, I can't be with her. So I have to go meet somebody else. But I wish it was her. So I'm going to meet somebody a lot like her. But that's where it clicked. And it's like, what am I doing? I can't be with somebody who's like her. I'm in love with her, not the imitation version of her. Tell me why did they say I can't be with the person that I want? Ace of Swords, okay. So definitely I would say that the Queen of Swords is the person they're actually in love with. It's the person that also cut them out of her life. Why? Why did she cut you out? Seven of Pentacles. Well, normally something slow and steady would be welcome, but I'm wondering if they weren't ready to be anything more than a knight. Oh, not even a knight. They were a freaking page. This person's giving me a headache. So the Knight of Cups has been a bit, well, knighty and pagey throughout this, right? They met a fantastic Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords said, okay, you're coming in to me as a knight. Then you're actually only offering me the level of stability of a page. But someday, who knows when, someday this would be something? No, don't think so. I'm a queen. You need to come in as a king or nothing. Because I don't deal with, I mean, knights are fine if you're just starting to date, but then if it turns out where you're actually at, what you want to offer for stability is only a page's amount of energy, you're not even a knight, as it turns out. You're dating me like a knight, but you're offering me the level of stability of a page. A page is like, I mean, it's like the person who texts, just a kissy face and you don't hear from them for 6 weeks. Like that's to me would be like the page's level of, investment and communication. One date and it's like, oh, this is interesting. I mean, we're just getting to know each other. And then after that, there's nothing for 6 weeks other than, a weird kissy face text. And that's it. And it's like, okay, so someday they're going to pursue more? No, don't think so. We're done. I'm out. And I think that she cut them out of her life. But what's so bizarre is she must have said, well, this is definitely never going to amount to a Four of Wands because you're not showing up as anything. So unless you change dramatically with who you are and where you're at and what you're ready for, you're definitely not ready for me. So, farewell. So they went ahead and they tried to be tried the same routine. They tried to be this Knight of Cups for someone who reminded them a lot like that queen. They tried to replace her, only to discover, well, she's not the Queen of Swords. Oh, what am I doing? No, I really want the Four of Wands with the Queen of Swords. I don't want a pale imitation. So maybe they met somebody who was kind of as immature as they were. And I say that because somebody who's pretending to be somebody that they aren't, I mean, like maybe they really played a really big fake role in life. Aries, you okay, babe? Um, Tell me about what is it that, oh wow, Two of Cups in the reverse. I was going to say, what is it that made them feel like, wow, she's not who I thought she was? She's a pale imitation of my Queen of Swords. Well, they realized pretty quickly that there's not a real attachment there. And if anything, I don't think there's any emotional attachment. I think they actually got a taste of their own immaturity in her, and they saw what it's like when you really, maybe you say, oh, baby, baby, honey, honey, but you don't really care that much. There's not a real emotional bond. And all of a sudden, I think their immaturity kind of started to crumble. All of a sudden, it's like, oh my gosh, this is not what I want. I wanted somebody real. Now, the Queen of Swords was real, right? So she had boundaries, she had, expectations, and they weren't meeting the expectations. So that's why she kicked them to the curb. What's interesting is they met somebody that was even less serious than they were. Maybe this is even somebody that they couldn't trust, somebody who pretended to be, like committed, and there was like zero commitment, but there was also zero emotional attachment between them and this, like I say, the pale imitation, the impostor. I'll just call her the impostor. And all of a sudden, they grew up because they dated somebody less mature even than themselves. And now they don't want something that is so immature. Now they want a Four of Wands. So what does that mean? I mean, we see them over here saying, oh my God, finally I've grown up. Finally, I know what I would want. And now what am I doing delaying? It's time to mature. I don't have to wonder anymore. I know what the situation is. I know exactly what the Queen of Swords meant when she said I wasn't mature enough to be with her. She's not wrong. I wasn't, but I am now because I want something different. Again, with the Ace of Wands, that Seven of Swords. Now I think they're worried, what if I come toward her and she just thinks I'm just here for the passion? Will she be able to, understand that I've changed, or will she think I'm lying? King of Cups. Finally, they're a king. They're thinking she's only going to think that I'm lying about being a king now because she's only known me as first a knight who actually was only a page. Five of Pentacles. They're struggling with figuring out, how am I going to get this Queen of Swords to see me as somebody other than what she knew me as, which was a knight and a page. Big transformation. Ace of Swords, Knight of Wands in the reverse. Good for them. They're really putting thought into this. They have to change everything about how they're behaving. They have to cut away their old ways. That's it. There's no other people that, if they're not 10,000% certain that they intend to woo and boo and love this Queen of Swords completely, they can't go toward her. If they have any tendency, if they ever had a tendency towards some kind of player attitude, that has to be gone. That has to be like, they have to have wiped the slate clean of, like, there's no other person in their phone. There's no other people that they're talking to. There's none of that, which that should have always been the case, honestly. So I don't think that's, oh, wow, look at how mature they are. It's more like, well, that's actually just like a respectful expectation. But this is new for them, right? This is them saying, what do I really need to do to prove that I've grown up? Otherwise, she's going to think I'm lying. And I think that they're going, wow, there's a bunch of stuff that I need to I don't think they have any taste for a player lifestyle anyway. But if they used to still, chit chat or, send kissy emojis to different people, I think they're getting rid of all of those contacts because they're cleaning up the whole Knight of Wands thing. If they were flirty with other people, they are officially, it's almost like they're calling different people saying, I'm not single anymore. I'm not going to be answering the phone anymore. I'm not going to be contacting certain people anymore. They don't have casual anything anymore. They are moving on from anything casual. And I do think this person dated a ton really meaningless dates and stuff. And I think they're like officially saying, never again, I'm done with all of this. They're really trying to turn over this new leaf before they approach this Queen of Swords. Does the Queen of Swords want anything to do with them? Justice and Judgment. If she doesn't, it will be very fitting because I think that they were completely immature and unreliable. And even though we didn't see, like, we saw embarrassing behavior on their part, but we didn't really see them as like, trying to go out. Well, they think she's going to see them as a liar. So I'm guessing that they probably were, when you act like a Knight of Cups, but then you downgrade to just a page. Yeah, I don't know. The Queen of Swords, if she does want something to do with them, it's only because it's like karmically. Sure, you want to set something right with me? Okay, we can set things right. But on the other hand, it might be like I've already reconciled with the fact that you weren't the one for me, and that could be the answer on this too. I'm not sure. I don't see her as like harboring hard feelings toward them or anything. King of Wands, Page of Swords, Six of Pentacles. I mean, honestly, the way this one looks, this could go either way. Either this is her saying, thanks. Sorry, my dog is fluffing his rug. Well, my gigantic 12-foot Persian rug that I'm sitting on. But he tries. That little boy, he tries. Valiant effort. No, the Queen of Swords could be saying, hey, thanks for that. Great to hear from you. It's okay, though. I moved on with this awesome King of Wands, and honestly, I realized like we weren't meant to be, and so I'm really glad that things went the way they went. And so farewell. She could write them a letter to say, hey, I'm madly in love with the person now, and I've moved on. I'm with the King of Wands. But because of the Six of Pentacles, I don't know. All I can say is this is going to turn out just right. It will be balanced. The thing that's supposed to happen will happen. Whether if it's her taking them back, it'll be because it's the right time for them and her to finally be together. Or if it's that she's moved on, it'll be because that was the right, authentic, right choice. And this will just be that they've finally grown up, and that's great for them. I don't know. You guys will have to tell me what you think because that could still go either route for me. All right. Take care. Thanks for being here. Bye, guys.